Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. My name is Fizz. We're back with another ARK Survival Genesis Part 2 creature taming guide, and today we're going to be taking a look at the magnificent, the best creature out of them all, the Stryder. Now, the Stryder is pretty unique and pretty interesting creature because it has capabilities of being an offense, defense, and a harvester. But its main functioning, I would say, is its harvesting, but we'll go over that when we get to all its attachments in a little bit. But yeah, let's start with the preparations. So, where do they spawn? Well, they spawn in Eden. They could literally be found literally anywhere. They're all over the place. And how do you actually tame it? Well, you're gonna hate this. So, the scale off of the mission completion. So a 150 Stryder, which is the max for official and most unofficial servers, depending on your server rates. It is all the missions minus a couple of them that are not required. Like I think it's the team canoe race, I think, are not required. But basically, you need to do 49 missions to tame a 150. Now, that includes Gamma, Beta, and Alphas, and that's a lot of missions. But if you're looking for an early Stryder tame, well, then you could just get one that's like level 25 or so. That will take like 8 to 9 missions, so that's not terribly too bad. You can do all the race missions. Those are really quick and easy to do. So, yeah, it's kind of depending on that, but let's actually go into the actual taming because this is really cool. Alrighty, so to tame the actual Stryder, you need a new resource called mutagel. Now, mutagel can be found in 2 locations: in Rockwell's periphery, which is underneath his heart, the beating heart with the acid and stuff, or you can get lucky and find it in the asteroid belt. Now, don't recommend the asteroid belt because it's such a random chance for it to be there. You could literally be spending a couple hours just waiting for the right asteroid. If you want mutagel quick and easy, go down to Rockwell's periphery, go to the heart underneath there, and there you go. Or you can also get it on the mutagen, which is a plant down there as well, and it's a lot. You can convert it down into mutagel if you really want to. So there you go on that. You need a bunch of that, and then now we get to start the hacking. Alrighty, so depending on what level you're hacking, a 150 to a 20, we're just going to do those for examples. You need 31 mutagel to start the hacking sequence for level 150. For level 20, you need 5. So just beware, that's what you need in your 0 slot, okay? After you initiate the mutagel sequence of putting it into the creature, you now have the option to hack the creature. So now the creature is going to prompt you to hack a specific body part of the Stryder. Basically, you read the prompt, it's going to say something like back left leg. You go to the back left leg, there should be a blinking area of electrical sparks and everything. You're welcome. And it should also say begin hacking, and basically you click on the hack, and now you play the new fun mini game. The mini game is basically you try to line up the middle bar in the middle with the boxes coming down, up and down, and basically you left click when they're in the middle, and you just do that. You just repeat that process until you successfully hack it. Then you have the fun game now. Now, you have to wait for the Stryder to move from this specific spot you started the hacking sequence from to walk a certain distance. Why is this a thing? I don't know. It's really stupid because these AI are really stupid. They will go in circles for hours. I spent almost 2 hours one time trying to tame one of these because it would keep going in the same spot over and over and over and over again. It is dumb. You can't move it. You can't attack it or it resets its taming. You can't use honey to lure it. You literally just have to sit there and wait for it to move from the hacky sequence. It's really stupid. You could, however, make a behemoth gate trap system where you can nudge the Stryder away from the area little by little. That's a good strat. Or you can make like a maze system. You can't really trap it for say, but just a way to get it removed from that area is probably the best situation. If you can figure it out, then you'll be able to hack these quicker. Now, be aware, if you take too long to hack it, or if you miss the hacking sequence, it will reset its taming back to 0, and you will lose levels. So at that time, you probably just kill the Stryder and move on to another one, because it's not worth to lose any of these levels, because you cannot breed them and you definitely cannot clone them. So if you're losing levels in the taming process, probably better to just find a new one, kill this one, and move on. Now, when you successfully hack each hack, it should consume up to 1 to 3 mutagel. At the moment, it looks like they removed it, or it's just been changed now, because that's what it was before. And also, a side note, if you are on a PvP server, you can hear this hacking system pretty far away. You can actually go up to it and hack it, but remember, you need the level mission requirements to be able to even finish hacking it. So if you are a new Bob on the beach and you hear this and you have mutagel somehow and you have no missions completed, you cannot take the hack from the person that's hacking it. Now, after you successfully hack the Stryder has a couple upgrades. You'll get a platform saddle and a tech bed and a tech transmitter. That is pretty cool. You can sleep in the bed and you can travel and upload items through the tech transmitter, so that's really cool.
Crew manuals call those roaming mechs Stryders. I understand they were meant as robotic workhorses for cleaning up toxins and harvesting resources. Huh, workhorses? Imagine climbing up on one of those and riding it around.
Alrighty, that's how you tame it. So much to go over. Hopefully you are sticking with us. Now let's actually go over its abilities and all its attachments. So first of all, we're just going to go over the base Stryder without any attachments. Alrighty, so like I said, a base Stryder has a platform saddle, it has a tech transmitter, and it has a tech bed. It also has a left click ability, which is just a stomp. It also has a directional stomp, so that means whichever way you're looking, it will stomp. So if you're looking behind left, it will stomp that way. Behind right, it will stomp that way as well. And that's kind of it. That's all it has. It always has the stomp ability, so you don't have to worry about that. Alrighty, so now let's go over their attachments or their rig. So each Stryder will always have two, a head or a body, and they all do different things. Depending on which one you're looking for, you can get a combination of the two. So we'll start with the most important one, which is the Excavation Rig, which basically allows you to harvest everything in the game, except for a couple things, but obviously that's probably going to get fixed. It should be able to harvest everything, and if this video is not up to date, then whatever. It should harvest everything in the game. You just left click and look at the target and you harvest it. That's it. It's pretty simple. This is what its main function of the Stryder was made for, which is this. Everything else is kind of luxury attachments, you would say. Now, another thing you can do with the Stryder when you're actually farming stuff is you can actually link it to a dedicated storage in your base and also send all the resources in the Stryder into your dedicated storages when you're at the base. So this is really cool. You could be basically anywhere in the map, and as long as you have one resource in that dedicated storage, the Stryder, whatever it harvests, it will send that metal resource. So if it's metal that you put in dedicated storage, it will send metal to that dedicated storage. It can't send all the resources all at once. You have to switch out that resource at base. So you could probably have a 2-person operation with this, 1 person farming, 1 person switching the resources, but it works so well, and it's such an amazing feature because you can literally just base organize, and it's crazy. Next attachment is the Pulse Cannon Rig. Basically, it's your tech lasers of your firing pew-pews. Basically, it's put it on your head and you just shoot. That's it. It's a machine gun tech cannon laser. Pretty cool. Next is the Silencer Cannon Rig, which basically silences the creature in front of you, preventing them from doing anything like Rex Roar, biting, Astracetus being able to fly. It's a pure silence ability. You cannot repeat the silence over and over again. They have a cooldown when they can be re-silenced again. So it's really cool. It's going to be really good in the tide of battle and also in PvE because you can silence wild creatures. And the last head attachment for the Stryder is the Radar Rig. This guy is pretty interesting and cool. You can actually, when you activate ability, you have a huge area effect of radar that you can see the creature's levels, the HP, and also with your hotkeys 1 through 0 on your keyboard, you can actually select the creature to track it for everyone around you. So if you have a bunch of tribe members around you with you, you can select a creature from, I don't know, 4 on the keyboard, and then go to that creature and track it. It's pretty cool, pretty interesting. It's a game changer, because if you're trying to find a creature in the area that's a max level, you just bring a radar strider in and you can find it pretty easy. Alrighty, so let's move to the body attachments. There's 4 different ones as well, and we'll start with the most important one in my honest opinion, which is the saddlebag attachment, resource attachment bag. Basically, automatically grabs harvested resources nearby from mining drills, and also increases the Strider's max weight usage. So that means if you're mining a lot with the Excavation Rig, then you'll be able to have some more reduced weight on resources in there. So that's pretty cool. And speaking of the resource sending, you need to hold down on the Strider when you have the saddlebag attachment, enable resource gathering from mining drills. Pretty incredible. Next is the phase cannon rig. It's a giant cannon attached to the Strider in the front. Basically, you just fire it. It's got a roughly 10 to 15 second cooldown. Does a lot of damage. Pretty damn good. Next is the shield generator rig. It's the one that's the huge bubble. Basically, it protects the Strider and anything in it from attacks from wild creatures and also projectiles. It's actually really good protecting from projectiles. It's way better in my opinion than the max version. So this is definitely a big and huge upgrade. Last but not least is the shield projectile rig. A little bit different from the shield generator rig. This one you can change the direction of where the shield's going to be, and it's actually really cool. Just hitting C the way that you're pointing, you can change which direction the shield's going to go. It does not use charge unlike the other one to stay up, so it's a base health damage, so it's a little bit faster and quicker if you're being attacked from behind or below or whatever to activate the shield and just have it face that direction before you get annihilated. And last thing, throughout all the Striders, the different attachments, everything, you can actually put batteries in from Aberration and charge the actual charge of it in charge batteries. Pretty cool multi-use for the batteries finally, instead of just using them for, to be honest, nothing really. But yeah, it's really cool having a bunch of them around, putting them in the Strider, take the juice out of it, keep it going, so you don't have to wait for the charge to build up again. Really, really cool in my opinion. Wow, and ladies and gentlemen, that is it. There's so much to talk about and explain with this creature. It's kind of incredible. Like again, you cannot breed it, you can't clone it, you can't upload it to the Tek transmitter, you can transfer it to other ARKs, and you can also pick it up with a hover skip. So that's pretty cool. It is probably the best creature in Gen 2 in my honest opinion, because of the utility it brings. It's just so much, it's so cool, and it's a fantastic new addition to ARK Survival. And yeah, hopefully I did this video justice. Other note, you can use Mutagel, Mutagen. I've talked about this in a couple videos. You can upgrade its base stats since it's not breedable after Tame and stuff. So I guess the hunt now begins. Try and find a 150 miner and see what happens. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow. We'll see you guys next time. Take care and have a good one.